Hello, my name is Mick White. I'm Director of Technology at St Ignatius Catholic School. I'd just like to give you a very brief overview of the eyesight learning platform that we've built. Look at the three faces, the parent, the teacher and the student. Talk a little bit about the philosophy behind it and why we built it the way we have, and something about the developments and how we hope to move this forward. I will start with the student because it seems to me intuitive sense that we look at a learning platform from the point of view of the students. It is why we're building it and it is who it is for. So what we've put together is a very simple, very intuitive dashboard which gives our students exactly what they need for their learning. Now, we often think about students just in terms of what they do in the classroom, but we don't often consider the time they spend in administration, the time they spend on looking up when their practices might be, the time they spend finding out what their timetables are. So what we've actually put together is something that behind a single pane of glass, we've taken information from various places and we've made it very, very simple in the middle. It is very complex on the edges, but to the user it is simple. This student, as you can see, happens to take the Advanced ICT course with me, so he set himself up an RSS feed to do with technology. He can see who his teachers are and message them if necessary. He can see what his attendance is down here, what his timetable is. Everything that this person needs in terms of their own learning management is there and is available for them. Now obviously, and it will be easy to see when we look at the teacher side of it, they have access to all our resources, everything that we have available for them, the interactive software and everything else that goes into making a world-class school. But it is all there very simply. It is also there for them 24 hours a day. The platform is available from anywhere. So just to go back to the administration side, if I look into the school documents here, you can see that we now produce bulletins for just students. The amount of time that teachers spend and tutors spend in schools reading notices out, when we really should be pushing the responsibility for that to students and say, look, if you need to know when choir practice is, this is the place you will go. If you want to see what the option book looks like, this is the place to go. So we've set it up as a single repository for everything a student will need, because once we can use our mental energy just for learning, we've freed up a lot more time to do so, and we're then in a position to help students achieve their objectives. I will just go on to quickly the parents, and we're just going to see what they see and how we're allowing them to get a real, very close-up view as to what it is that the school does, up to and including looking at the lessons themselves. So this is the parent, and you'll see there's a very, very similar feel to it. We've kept the same skin, the same design themes all the way through. We've actually just built a governor portal, although I'll talk about that shortly. Now, as you saw, that lesson I assigned for this particular student also shows up in here, and it shows up in the parents feed. They can see exactly what was set, okay? You can see there is a resource here that I've allocated to this lesson. And many parents have come to us and said, look, this is excellent, I can help my child if they have a problem. The parents can also monitor deadlines. There's no more, I didn't know this homework was set, I didn't know my child had this homework. Well, they do. We've got the attendance view here. I will come later to talk about the behaviour monitor, but everything that parents need to see in terms of assessments, for instance, is in there. The timetables, the attendance. These are the last 5 paper reports that we've issued. We have the feeds there that can tell them which was the most recent. But in essence, everything that a parent wants to see about their child is available to them. And I'm very much a passionate believer that when parents are involved and informed in their child's education, the results are absolutely stunning. I'm just going to very quickly log on as myself here, and we'll see what staff see. And the same paradigms, it seems to me, apply as for the student. The more time we can spend thinking about lessons, thinking about the assessments, I think the far more productive we will be. And any teacher will tell you that they spend so much time in the administration part of their job. Well, just as the students had the student room, what we have here is we have school documents. We have changed the paradigm. which is that we don't email anything out. We don't email out briefing notes. We don't email out bulletins or calendars or assessment schedules. We make it a professional responsibility of staff that they will go to the platform to see those notices that they need to see. You will see on the dashboard itself we have a series of panels. Once again, these are heads-up displays, so you can see some notices here from the administration staff. You'll see a panel here which is the technology issues that we may be having and that we need staff to know about. We have collective worship panels, we have maintenance notices. So there is a real change, of shift in culture here, from pushing information to teachers to allowing them to pull it as and when they're in the right place to receive it. So as I said, I have here, for instance, my timetable, my classes, the set work, etc. And all of these things that we put in here are, in terms of the set work, the student will see it, as you saw, as will the parent. Now, the administration is obviously important, but it's only important if what it does is give us the opportunity to then deploy world-class learning resources. So I'm just going to very quickly go into the history folder here and have a quick look at some of the software that we're deploying directly on the server now. We do not deploy anymore any software onto individual laptops or desktops. We simply put it onto the server. What it means is our students can access these resources from anywhere, and any teacher will know that the stunning developments in what we can actually do with software now is something we simply cannot look over, and we must be in a position to give our students this. We really do owe them that. If I just pick a random page of this book, then what I'll find is I can actually go to and I can see all of the resources for here. So we have resources which are lesson plans, we have videos, we have audio files. There's a huge resource bank. We are giving our students the ability to learn in lots of different ways, which as we move into the technology era is so important, that they can see things and understand it visually, orally, in terms of written text. Now, this is something that is not new, but the standard of software we can actually get now, and the price that we can get it at, is very much cheaper than we ever had to spend before. So our lessons are now, our teachers have the tools, they have the ability to use these kind of cutting edge resources without the complexity of having to install software or for teachers to manage it. Now, very quickly, just a couple of the developments that we've implemented this year. We rolled out last year something called Second Sight, the Second Sight Initiative. I'm very much a passionate believer that if we can get outside people into schools, we can actually make a huge difference. Now, that is difficult in terms of people can't get into schools or have work commitments. So we set up something here called a work site or a workspace. We happened to have a student last year who went to Oxford University he did very well in his English A-level. So what we built for him was an area where he could help and moderate and champion our students. You will see there is a blog here, there is the members, there is message boards, there is a resource bank that he can upload to, as can the teacher. There is a blog of things that he's seen and wants to talk to them about. And we're looking to roll the Second Sight into all our advanced subjects. I think that second opinion, that second view of somebody with a real passion for a subject could greatly enhance what it is that our students get as their education. I think the ability to see things from a different point of view is crucial. So we're certainly looking at Second Sight as helping us move forward. I'm just going to very quickly one last time log on to the parent portal, because I just want to show you something we're going to roll out here. We happen to use SIMS as our management information system, and we're now in the position of being able to actually take information from there to do with incidents and put it directly on the same day into the parent platform, so parents can see anything that was entered negatively or positively. Now, I happen to think that the vast majority of this will be positive, and it will be something that parents can then sit down with their children and say, hey, I hear you did really well in maths today. If we can give staff the ability to very quickly, in half a sentence, write something that parents will see, I think we hugely change the game, and we give them the ability to say, hey, not only am I involved here and informed, I'm really excited about this. It gave me something to talk to my child about their education. And as previously, I think that is so important. If we can get parents who feel they're in that position, I think it's very powerful. So those really are the main developments that we're looking at the moment. And as a basic concept, the iSight platform is there to try and help us get into a position where our time is used exclusively for learning, whether that be from the classroom teacher, whether that be through help from outside people with a Second Sight initiative. We're trying to take away all the distractions of unneeded administration. We're trying to take away all the time that people waste hunting through different systems by pulling it all together into one place. And to finish with what I said before, it is very simple in the middle. It is complex around the edges, but the single pane of glass allows us all to meet in the middle and really help students fulfill their potential. Thank you very much for listening.